They're in the gate. And they're off. Super Stock toward the inside. Ultimate Badger is there. The Ride of a Lifetime and Notary from their outside post race up to the Ride of a Lifetime out to take over the lead. Opens up a length and a quarter in the early stages. Super Stock is running in second. Notary is there in the outside. Now moving into second. Super Stock is back into third. Midnight Bourbon comes away fourth while in the clear. Picodoro finds a big opening down inside and moves up several spots. Up to be fourth. Midnight Bourbon is back into fifth. Then it's Belafonte racing in sixth. Ultimate Badger is seventh. Sitting on Go reserved back in eighth. Crazy Shot is ninth. And at the back is Drop Anchor. And up top, it's the Ride of a Lifetime showing the way by half a length. Hounded by Notary. The opening quarter in 23 seconds flat. The opening half in 45 and 3. The Ride of a Lifetime out of the far turn with Notary still right there second. Midnight Bourbon has moved up to be third while three wide. Super Stock in between. Picodoro's lost a bit of ground fifth and toward the inside. Crazy Shot Ultimate Badger sitting on Go is launching a rally from far behind, but is fanned 5 or 6 wide. At the quarter pole, the Ride of a Lifetime turning for home in front. Midnight Bourbon to the attack. Notary gives way. Down the center of the track, sitting on Go continues to close. There's 1 furlong left. Midnight Bourbon comes away with the lead. Sitting on Go continues to close. Here comes Sitting on Go, who's up for the lead at the 16th pole. Sitting on Go up over Midnight Bourbon and Super Stock. Sitting on Go 24-1. Over Midnight Bourbon, Super Stock, and the Ride of a Lifetime.
They're in the gate. And they're off in the American Pharaoh. Get Her Number is very quick. Dynamite has speed, and so does Spielberg in between them. Wasperant a close-up fourth. Notable exception wasn't quick out of there and is now headstrong going after the leaders into the first turn. Touchdown Brown is second to last, and Rombauer is at the back of the field. Dynamite shows the way, leads it by a length. Get Her Number is in second. Spielberg settles down at the rail, and Notable Exception is just outside of him, 2.5 lengths off the lead, 5.5 furlongs from home. Wasperant in the clear on the outside has 4 lengths to make up, then Touchdown Brown and Rombauer. Down the backstretch they go. The long shot Dynamite, 3/4 of a length. Get Her Number in second. Spielberg is down at the rail. Then Notable Exception fourth, 3 lengths off the lead. Wasperant, Touchdown Brown, and Rombauer. Not much change. Dynamite has been the speed throughout, prompted by Get Her Number in second. Notable Exception is in between horses. Wasperant making steady progress on the outside. He and Spielberg are moving together as Notable Exception now bows out. Rombauer, white cap, circling the field on the outside, putting in a dangerous bid as Get Her Number has the lead. Touchdown Brown is second to last. They turn for home. Get Her Number and Rombauer go on with it. These two arrive at the top of the stretch, 1-2, and Get Her Number strong on the front end, chased intently by Rombauer. 3 lengths back to Spielberg in third, a 16th to go. Flavien Prat imploring Get Her Number to finish the job, and he is going to do it. It's Get Her Number to win the American Pharaoh. Rombauer a solid second. Spielberg was third. Wasperant was fourth.
First wire. They are at the post. They're off in the Claiborne Breeders' Futurity. There goes Upstriker from the inside. Super Stock down toward the rail. Here's Notary moving forward. And now Essential Quality starts to move up on the far outside from fourth as the field heads for the first turn. Upstriker gets over to the rail. Has the early lead by a length. Essential Quality out toward the center of the track. A wide trip around the first turn, but moves up past traffic into the second position. Super Stock is third down toward the inside. Wrestled back toward the rail. Notary alongside that one in fourth. King Fury 3 wide off the first turn in fifth. Keep Me in Mind between horses sixth. Calibrate in behind horses early on in seventh. Founder to the outside from eighth. And then a break of just over 3 more lengths back to Dixie's 2 Stents, who's last of 9, 23.97 seconds. The time for the opening quarter. Here's Essential Quality moving up. Essential Quality to challenge Upstriker for the lead. Top 2 matching strides. A length and a half to the good. Notary between horses is third, a half length. Super Stock fourth to the inside. King Fury far outside. Caught wide now heading to the far turn in fifth. And Keep Me in Mind. Calibrate still 6 from the front. Joined by by Founder, and Dixie's 2 stints is last, 48.86 seconds the time for the opening half mile. Essential Quality on the outside puts ahead in front. Up Striker still there, but second toward the inside. Then a gap of 3 back to Super Stock in third. The leaders are at the quarter pole now. King Fury in fourth. Keep Me in Mind is fifth. Founder goes wide from sixth. Calibrate is still far back, a good 10 lengths off the lead. Top of the short stretch, Essential Quality moves forward and takes the lead from Up Striker and opens up by 3 lengths coming to the final furlong. Super Stock moves to the outside, coming to the 16th pole. Keep Me in Mind runs late between horses. Essential Quality, though, has opened up by 5 to Keep Me in Mind and Super Stock. Essential Quality, Luis Saez to win the Claiborne Breeders' Futurity. Keep Me in Mind was home second, and then it was Super Stock across the line third, 1 minute 44.37 seconds.
They're in the gate. And they're off. Jackie's Warrior broke well. Midnight Bourbon on the outside. Reinvestment Risk is up close. And it's a break of 2.5 lengths. Back to Ambivalent, who's racing in fourth. At the back, Civil War and Run Casper Run. Jackie's Warrior has the lead here and is in front by 1.5 lengths. Reinvestment Risk runs in second. Midnight Bourbon's on the outside in third. Then the maiden Ambivalent in fourth, followed by Run Casper Run and Civil War. And the opening quarter mile was run in 23 seconds as Jackie's Warrior shows her speed here and leads by 1.25 lengths over Reinvestment Risk. Midnight Bourbon in the clear on the outside in third. Ambivalent is down at the rail, a break of 2 to Run Casper Run and Civil War. Jackie's Warrior opening half in 46 and 2/5 seconds. Reinvestment Risk right behind in second. Midnight Bourbon's on the outside in third. Ambivalent is fourth, 4 lengths off the lead. It is Jackie's Warrior taking the field to the top of the stretch. Reinvestment Risk now moving up on the outside. It's Jackie's Warrior, Reinvestment Risk. They're 1-2 with 1/4 mile to the finish. Jackie's Warrior on the inside and Reinvestment Risk on the outside. Jackie's Warrior still in front. Jackie's Warrior now gets clear. Jackie's Warrior in front by 3. Reinvestment Risk will be second. Jackie's Warrior to remain undefeated. She puts in a sparkling performance to win the Champagne, the mile, in 1 minute, 35 and 2/5 seconds.
In line, we're ready for the start. They're off in the Breeders' Cup Juvenile. And Jackie's Warrior broke very sharply, but will have early pressure from Dreamer's Disease. And Classier's right up there. And Hard Held just in behind the leaders as they race for that turn. Then it's Likeable. Next is going wide, floated out there 5 deep as they move into that turn. And then it's King Fury right alongside of Hot Rod Charlie. Essential Quality mid-pack here, 7 lengths behind. Reinvestment Risk is next. And then comes Calibrate to the outside. 22.58 was the opening quarter mile. They're rolling up front. Camp Hope is next on the inside of Rombauer. And then Late Runner sitting on Go and Keep Me in Mind. So up the backstretch they go here in the Breeders' Cup Juvenile. And on the inside, it is Dreamer's Disease with a narrow lead. Likeable is right alongside in second. Jackie's Warrior ups to get off the pace here. That pace is fast, so will sit third. And Classier is there to the inside in fourth, past a half mile in 45.31 seconds. It continues to be a hot tempo as they race for the far turn. Dreamer's Disease on top as they round the turn. Jackie's Warrior begins to move. Now up into second position. Hot Rod Charlie has made a sudden move and has stormed up into third and is gaining ground on the top 2. Then Essential Quality in fourth as they make their way to the top of the stretch. Jackie's Warrior strikes the front. Hot Rod Charlie circles up on the outside. The 2 of them will turn for home together, and Essential Quality is trying to get them. Here's Hot Rod Charlie, a huge long shot at 94-1, coming into the final 16th, but Essential Quality runs by. Jackie's Warrior's given way. Essential Quality's gonna do it. Essential Quality has won the Breeders' Cup Juvenile over long shot Hot Rod Charlie. Keep Me in Mind came late for third. Jackie's Warrior ended up fourth. The final time was 1:42.09. Essential Quality, and Luis Saez did it.
In the gate. And they're off. Ultimate Badger with a good beginning. Smiley Sabatka sent on for speed right off the mark, too. An oncoming train is there with Swill down toward the inside. Keep Me in Mind broke near the back of the pack and is last into the clubhouse turn. Smiley Sabatka out there setting the pace. Oncoming train is running up into second as they move around that opening turn. Inspector Frost is in tight and very keyed up. King Fury moves up into third. Inspector Frost is back into fourth. Swill's racing fifth. Ultimate Badger 3 wide around the opening turn in sixth. Arabian Prince is seventh. Sitting on Go is eighth. Keep Me in Mind is ninth and last. About 8 lengths off the lead. It's a pretty tight pack down the backstretch run. And the opening quarter goes in 24 seconds flat. 4.5 furlongs to go. And King Fury has made progress up to challenge on the outside. The opening half in 48-1. Smiley Sabatka keeps pace toward the rail, and wedged between them is oncoming train. The three of them across the track. Swill is set to strike in behind, racing in fourth. Inspector Frost has given more rein, now fifth and outside. 2 lengths back to Ultimate Badger. Sitting on Goes bottled up toward the rail. Arabian Prince, and with a quarter mile to go now, Keep Me in Mind is still the last of them all. Coming for the top of the stretch, King Fury's in front at the quarter pole. Smiley Sabatka cut the corner smartly. Swill's been switched outside for a try. Keep Me in Mind is finding stride now. Here comes Keep Me in Mind down the center of the track, and Arabian Prince finds a seam and comes on through too. Smiley Sabatka still the one to catch. Keep Me in Mind continues to close. Arabian Prince is up into third. Smiley Sabatka and Keep Me in Mind up to win it. A last to first winner over Smiley Sabatka, Arabian Prince. Then it was tight among Sitting on Go, Swill, and King Fury.
And they're off. Brooklyn Strong, 10 for 10 on the outside, and Pickin' Time down at the rail. It is Pickin' Time from that inside post position. Challenged here by 10 for 10 as they go into the clubhouse turn, and 10 for 10 is clear now. 10 for 10 in front by a length and a half. Pickin' Time has moved off the rail, runs in second. Known Agenda is down at the rail and in third. Brooklyn Strong and Erawan is at the back as these 5 2-year-olds head for the backstretch. It's 10 for 10. The leader here by a length and a quarter, and ran the opening quarter mile in 23 3/5 seconds over the sloppy main track. And then it is Pickin' Time who's running in second. Known Agenda down at the rail. On the outside is Brooklyn Strong, and Erawan is in between horses. They're midway up the backstretch. 10 for 10 leads now by 2 lengths, 2.5 lengths over Pickin' Time. Known Agenda down at the rail. The half went in 47-4. Brooklyn Strong on the outside in third, and then the long shot Erawan as they pass the half-mile pole. It is 10 for 10 who continues to lead here, and the lead is a little more than 2 lengths. Brooklyn Strong moving up on the outside of Pickin' Time. Known Agenda down at the rail, and Erawan. They're all chasing 10 for 10, who continues to lead. 10 for 10 ran 3 quarters in 1:12-3, and now they're coming for the quarter pole. Jose Ortiz took a peek back. He's got a 3-length lead on 10 for 10. It is Brooklyn Strong who's giving chase in second. 10 for 10 with the lead into the lane with 3/16 to the finish. But here is Brooklyn Strong up on the outside to challenge. 10 for 10 on the inside, and Brooklyn Strong on the outside, and the two of them are heads apart for the lead with a 16th to the finish. Brooklyn Strong, 10 for 10. Brooklyn Strong and 10 for 10 battled it out to the finish, and it is the New York bred Brooklyn Strong to win Aqueduct's Remsen Stakes. Narrowly over 10 for 10, a big gap back to Known Agenda in third.
Just outside to the 11 Flash of Mischief. Wally. Now, Springboard Mile with Beauty for Senior Pescador, but he likes to run late anyway. We'll see what happens there. Flash of Mischief got the jump. Flash of Mischief now trying to clear the field for the turn, and is fairly successful in doing so. Out the door is second. Southwest Day moving up between runners. Inside, number 1 dude is 4th. Very wide, Joe Frazier 5th and gaining. And then Cowan is 6th. 5 from the front as they reach the backstretch. Another 3 to Red and Wild all alone. 7th. Up 4 more to Gush and Oil. Now moving past William and Bigger. And at the back, the late running Stewart Biscuit over May here from him later. 23.52 seconds for the opening quarter mile. 5 furlongs to go. Flash of Mischief sets the pace. Out the door now second within a length. Joe Frazier's third to the outside. Southwest Day knows better. Then number 1 dude and 5th at the rail. Gallon still reserved 6th, 5 from the front. Half mile to go and 5 clear of Red and Wild. 47.22 seconds for the half mile. As they go to the far turn, it's still Flash of Mischief trying to get away. Out of door, 3/4 length back in second, 3 furlongs left. You go Fraser, a wide third, trying to move through traffic. Allen now is on the move, gaining Sapphire's Day as well. Dude inside now 6th. Nothing yet from Red and Wild, 10 lengths off of the 7th. And from the back, here comes Senor Buscador. His run has begun with a 1/4 mile to go in the springboard. Joe Frazier grabs the lead coming off the turn, 6 furlongs, a minute 12.51. Joe Frazier up front, Cowan is free, and so is Senor Buscador on the outside. Senor Buscador, he was last point of the turn. He's first with less than a furlong to go. Senor Buscador, London roll in the springboard, and he'll pull clear to win it by 6. Cowan is their second, battle for third. Sapphire's Day and Red and Wild in a photo.
Racing. Western and Positivity collided after the start. Positivity checked back to last, and Petruchio goes back there with him. The Great One, Western and Spielberg are the first 3 to greet the judges on the first occasion. With Red Flag behind them 4th, Positivity moves to 5th, and Petruchio 6th and last at the 7/8 pole, where the Maiden will set the pace. The Great One leading from Western, followed by Spielberg outside Red Flag. Positivity 5 or 6 lengths off the lead, and Petruchio to his inside trails onto the back stretch past the 6 furlong marker. It's the Great One in charge by 1 length. Western second, Spielberg a 3 wide third, Red Flag the fence, followed by Petruchio, and last of all is Positivity at the 5/8 pole in the Los Alamitos Futurity, where the Great One remains at the top end of the field, leading by a length and a half from Western. Red Flag is making progress along the inside. Spielberg continues to chart a 3 wide course by the half-mile pole. 2.5 lengths Petruchio 5th into the far turn, and the Calbred Positivity brings up the rear. 3/8 from home as they sweep around the far bend, and it's the Great One in front by a length and 3/4 from Spielberg, followed by Western. Red Flag's on the inside. Spielberg has been able to move a couple of lengths clear of Red Flag, who's now being guided off the rail by Espinosa, and Petruchio is staking his claim down the extreme outside. 3/16 left to go, and it's the Great One still the leader by 2 lengths from Spielberg. A gap of 3 or 4 lengths to Red Flag, who has hoisted the white flag. Petruchio getting past him, a 16th left to go, and Spielberg is ranging after the Great One. The Great One tries to cling on as Spielberg throws down the gauntlet. Spielberg comes at the Great One. Photo head-bobbing finish. It's either the Great One or Spielberg, with Petruchio running on stoutly for third, clear of Red Flag.
They're in the gate. And they're off in the Jerome. Eagle Orb shows first. Outside Original makes his way up. In between horses, that's Swill. And down towards the rail, it's Capo Cane. Those 4 have about 5 lengths on Hold the Salsa, who's allowed to trail early as the field makes their way out of the chute. They're led by Capo Cane. He's a half length in front of Swill, who's a half length in front of Eagle Orb. A length back to Original, who's made his way to the inside from his outside draw. Hold the Salsa trails the field. He's just 4.5 lengths from the lead. 23-2 the opening quarter here. It was set by Capo Cane. Swill and Kendrick Carmouche are poised in second, a half length back. Original's made his way up to third along the inside. Eagle Orb outside in fourth, a length and a half, 2 lengths from the lead. The trailer is still Hold the Salsa, a 47-4 half mile. Capo Cane a half length in front. Swill ratchets up the pressure a bit in second. Here comes Eagle Orb with a 3 wide bid in third. Out of last is Hold the Salsa as Original now trails the field. They're coming down to the quarter pole. Capo Cane, he's been there from the start. Dylan Davis took a peek back to see that Swill's under a ride. Eagle Orb is coming 3 wide as the field makes their way down to the 8th pole. It's still Capo Cane. He's trying to take him gate to wire in the Jerome, and he's opened up a 2-length lead now. Capo Cane, he wanders to the middle of the track past the 16th pole, but he's 3 lengths in front of Eagle Orb and comes down to the line. A 5-length winner of the Jerome. Capo Cane over Eagle Orb. It got tight for third. Final time for the mile was 1:38 flat.
And they're off in the Sham. Awkward start for Uncle Boogie, a quick one for Medina Spirit. Parnelli is up close, and here comes Life is Good, sprinting up on the outside. Wasprint is fourth. Uncle Boogie is far back. Life is Good gets to the front, opens up a couple of lengths pretty easily. Medina Spirit is in second. They're followed by Wasprint in third. Then it's Parnelli about 4 lengths off the lead, 8 in front of Uncle Boogie. Onto the backstretch they go. Mike Smith and Life is Good well off the rail, galloping along with a 4-length lead. Medina Spirit is second. Wasprint in hand down at the rail in third. Another 3 back to Parnelli and a distance to Uncle Boogie. They're heading to the half-mile pole in the Sham Stakes, and it's Life is Good bounding along, 4.5-length lead. Stablemate Medina Spirit chasing him from second. Parnelli gets a cue now, tries to make up some ground third. Wasprint is next. Uncle Boogie, less than 3/8 of a mile to go. Life is Good just breezing along. 4-length lead still on Medina Spirit second. Parnelli all in third. And then Wasprint past the quarter pole and turning for home. Life is Good. No challenge from anyone. Medina Spirit trying hard in second. He's 4 lengths behind. And then it's Parnelli in third. They're coming to the 16th pole. And it's Life is Good still with a 4-length lead, galloping without any urging from Mike Smith. Medina Spirit trying very hard and is closing that gap late. Life is Good. Medina Spirit, a solid effort. Life is Good wins, 3/4 of a length. Medina Spirit was second. Then it was Parnelli third in front of Wasprint and Uncle Boogie.
And they're off in the 2021 Macomb Stakes. And there's Proxy with Midnight Bourbon, and Mandaloon is up and after the lead. It's Midnight Bourbon. So Midnight Bourbon just leads them for Joe Talamo. Proxy in the Godolphin Blue, and Mandaloon is stacked 3 wide as they enter the clubhouse turn. Arabian Prince up the inside trail. Regular Guy running in 5th. With on the outside, Game Day Play in 6th. As they go to the back of the track, it comes Red and Wild, and dropping back to last is Santa Cruiser, the opening quarter in 24.68 seconds, with just inside 6 furlongs to run. And the leader is Midnight Bourbon, who controls the pace here for Joe Talamo. Midnight Bourbon leads Proxy by 2. Mandaloon, third on the outside, with saving ground Arabian Prince. Regular Guy is 5 from the leader in 5th, followed by Game Day Play, who's running a wide 6th. Then comes Red and Wild, and Santa Cruiser remains last to the 8th. They go past the half-mile pole here in the Lecomte in 48.99 seconds. It's Midnight Bourbon who leads Proxy, and Mandaloon right there on the outside with 3 furlongs to go. It's Midnight Bourbon. Mitchell Moore makes a move with Proxy between horses. Florent Giroux and Mandaloon, green with a pink sash, being driven now to engage Proxy and Midnight Bourbon. Then Regular Guy and Arabian Prince. They straighten past the quarter pole. Top of the stretch, 3/4. 1 minute 13.57 seconds. Against the rail, it's Midnight Bourbon. Midnight Bourbon leads them into the final furlong. Leads by 3. Mandaloon and Proxy, they battle it out. It's still Midnight Bourbon. Past the 16th. Midnight Bourbon, Proxy, Mandaloon gamely. Here it is for Midnight Bourbon. Wins the Lecomte, holds Proxy and Mandaloon. Santa Cruiser finished 4th.
They're off. Cowan wins the break. Caddo River asks for speed. Between horses, Hardly Swayed. And now Caddo River is going to take the lead. Hardly Swayed is a pumped up and tugging second. Then comes Cowan and Moonlight Strike. Cowan had to check off of the heels of Hardly Swayed, who was unmanageable to the backstretch. No good for Cowan. Martini Blue races at the rail. Then Lawlessness, and the early trailer is Big Thorn. To the backstretch they run, and Caddo River cleared the trouble, and he's got the lead to the backstretch, and he strides along 2 lengths in front of Hardly Swayed, who has now settled down a bit in second. Then comes Martini Blue at the rail with Moonlight Strike just outside of him. Cowan is between those two. He's 5th and about 4 from the front. 2 in front of Lawlessness, and the trailer is still Big Thorn. They run past the half-mile pole. The finish line is the 16th pole, and here they are going into the far turn in the 14th. Smarty Jones with Caddo River in a high cruising speed. Caddo River leads by 2 lengths. Now make it 2.5. Now make it 3. Now make it 3.5. Caddo River tries to get away at the top of the stretch. Martini Blue and Cowan are racing second and third. That's all for Hardly Swayed. Next it's Moonlight Moonlight Strike and Big Thorn, and Caddo River is dominating at the top of the stretch. It is Caddo River. He has built up a 6 or 7 length advantage. Cowan is racing in second, but Caddo River has leveled out and he is running strongly to the wire. It is Caddo River now double digits in front. Caddo River and the Smarty Jones, straight and strong. Caddo River won by 10. Cowan was second, maybe Big Thorn for third, and Moonlight Strike fourth.
And they're off in the Robert B. Lewis. Wipe the Slate flies out of the gate. Medina Spirit on the inside. Parnelli is in between them up close too. Then it's Spielberg and Hot Rod Charlie. And the trailer is Roman Centurion. Into the first turn, and Medina Spirit intent on making the lead and does so in front 3/4 of a length. Parnelli between, and Wipe the Slate on the outside takes second. A gap of 4. Hot Rod Charlie is next, just in front of Spielberg, and another 2 to Roman Centurion. Onto the backstretch in the Robert B. Lewis Stakes. And it's Medina Spirit dueling with Wipe the Slate. Parnelli has backed off, 3 off the leaders. Another 2, Hot Rod Charlie starts to gather a little bit of momentum. He's racing 3 in front of Spielberg and Roman Centurion. A half mile from home. Medina Spirit puts a length on Wipe the Slate. Parnelli trying to come back for more. Hot Rod Charlie in striking range. He's 2.5 off the pace coming to the 3/8 pole. Spielberg yellow cap at the rail. Roman Centurion outside of him. Medina Spirit has a 1-length lead on Wipe the Slate. On the outside, Hot Rod Charlie. Roman Centurion is starting to gather some momentum on the far outside. He's moving up to take second as the field turns for home. Medina Spirit called on now. Center of the track, Roman Centurion. Hot Rod Charlie is in between them. Roman Centurion, Hot Rod Charlie trying to run down Medina Spirit. They're inside the 8th pole. Between horses, Hot Rod Charlie. Medina Spirit, tough as nails. Roman Centurion on the outside. Roman Centurion, Medina Spirit, and Hot Rod Charlie. What a game victory from Medina Spirit, who set the pace and turned them all away. Roman Centurion and Hot Rod Charlie in an exciting renewal of the Robert B. Lewis.
And they're off in the Holy Bull. Excellent beginning for Willie Boy from down toward the inside. The big favorite Prime Factor is away in good shape. He's 4 wide to the turn. Amount is in the 2 path, and Tarantino is 3 wide. And it's a length and a half to Papa 2, who races inside of Awesome Jerry. Greatest Honor is 3rd last. Girafales is 2nd last, and the early trailer is Sitting on Go. As they race around the first turn, Willie Boy has the lead. He leads by a neck. Up on the outside, Tarantino is there second. The big favorite Prime Factor is 3rd, while 3 wide. Then his barn buddy Amount, who's racing from 4th. Awesome Jerry on the outside is there 5th, and Papa 2 in Greatest Honor. Girafales is still 2nd last, and the trailer is Sitting on Go as they complete the opening quarter mile in 23-1. They head to the first finish line with Willie Boy in front. Tarantino keeps the heat on in second, and Prime Factor has had a sweet trip. He's now 3rd. Amount is there 4th. Awesome Jerry and Greatest Honor between horses. Papa 2 is at the rail. 3 back to Sitting on Go, and now the trailer is Girafales with inside half a mile to the finish. To the far turn they race. Tarantino on the outside of Willie Boy. Prime Factor poised to strike, and he's not been given the green light yet. From 3rd, and on the inside, Papa 2 alongside Greatest Honor. Amount is called it a day. Sitting on Go has 10 lengths to raise and less than 5/16 to raise it, as now the pace quickens. Prime Factor is up to challenge Tarantino. Greatest Honor throws his hat into the ring on the far outside, and he's charging hard. Greatest Honor is taking the lead now. Less than a 1/4 mile to go, and Greatest Honor starts to get away. Prime Factor didn't have much of a punch when he was called on. Tarantino's going to try to fight him off for second, but they're all battling for minor placings behind Cortland Farms' Greatest Honor. He's an easy winner under Jose Ortiz, 5 in front in the end. Tarantino fought back for second. Prime Factor was 3rd, then Papa 2 in 1:43 flat.
They're in the gate. And they're off. It's Mr. Doda and Capo Kane going out for the early lead. Capo Kane closest to the rail. Mr. Doda's on the outside in second. Donegal Bay is next in 3rd. And then it is Shack Queen King, who is racing in 4th. On the extreme outside is Eagle Orb next in 5th. Risk Taking is 6th at this point. Then down on the inside is a Royal Number. Alongside is Civil War. And the trailer is Overtook in ninth. The three-year-olds have reached the backstretch after a quarter and 24 seconds. And it is Capo Kane in front, 3/4 of a length. Eagle Orb is now making a move on the extreme outside. Mr. Doder is there in third. In between horses, Donegal Bay runs in fourth. Shack Queen King at the rail in fifth, 3.5 lengths off the front. Then it is Risk Taking in sixth, followed by Civil War. At the back are Overtook and Royal Number. The half mile in 48 3. And it is Capo Kane with the lead here by a little more than a length. Eagle Orb now moves up on the outside to get closer in second. Donegal Bay is next in third. Down at the rail is Shack Queen King. Risk Taking now makes his move on the outside to draw within 3.5 lengths of the lead. As they race midway on the turn, it is Capo Kane. Eagle Orb in second. Risk Taking is next in third. Then Shack Queen King. Royal Number is in fifth. Overtook on the outside in sixth. 3/4 went in 1:13. It is still Capo Kane with the lead here. Risk Taking drives up on the outside. Capo Kane, Risk Taking, Eagle Orb is third. A late move from Overtook as they come down for the 16th pole. Here is Risk Taking to take over the lead a deep stretch. And it will be Risk Taking to win the 141st running of the Withers. Overtook came on to finish second. Pace-setting Capo Kane was third.
And they're off and running in the 41st edition of the Sam Davis. Boca Boy is away sharply and right to the early lead. Nova Rags comes away in good order second. Up on the outside, Candyman Rocket is there third. Smiley Sabuka tucked in along the rail fourth. And the last horse away is Malene. They swing around the clubhouse turn, and Boca Boy now strikes to the lead by a length. Along the rail, that's Smiley Sabuka, now moving up second. Up on the outside, Candyman Rocket in 2-pound. Travels along now third. Then it's 2.5 lengths farther back to the Pasco winner. Nova Rags in a good spot now, fourth, 3/4 of a length. Ricochet to the outside now fifth. Hidden Stash tucked in toward the rail. Now racing along sixth. Right there between horses, Lucky Law is now traveling along seventh. From between horses, Runway Magic is eighth. Far outside, Long Shot, Last Investment is ninth. And then it's a big break of about 8 lengths back. Known Agenda is about 15 lengths off the leaders. And the trailer is Joe Man Joe as they leave the half-mile marker. Boca Boy and Gallardo, they're calling the shots up front. And they boot clear to lead the race by 2.5. Candyman Rocket is now being knuckled on second. Nova Rags is set down for the drive toward the rail now third. Up on the outside, Ricochet is fourth. Hidden Stash, he's now coming with a run down along the inner rail fifth. But meanwhile up front, Candyman Rocket from the outside strikes to the lead. But here's Nova Rags with a ground-saving trip, moving through, not a challenge second. Boca Boy is all in third. Inside the final furlong, it's Candyman Rocket and Junior Alvarado. They made first run and they have the lead. Nova Rags will surge again late and run at the leader, and Hidden Stash down the center of the racetrack. Candyman Rocket hangs on by a diminishing 3/4 of a length.
And we're off in the El Camino Real Derby. Tesoro is off slowly and is at the back of the pack after that beginning. Good break from It's My House. He broke right on cue today and goes to the front as a clear lead from Play Chicken on a hold today, running in second. Petruchio third, stalking the pace. Wasper on the inside right with him. The filly Javanica in the Godolphin blue colors is fifth. 3 lengths off the lead, hitting the clubhouse turn. We come back to Tesoro after the bad getaway from the gate. He's second to last with Governor's Party, and Rombauer, the favorite, will have to pass them all and make up 9 lengths in 3/4 of a mile. So they make their way onto the backside, and It's My House routing for the first time. The local contender has the lead in the El Camino Real Derby. Petruchio a lot closer now between horses. Second, Play Chicken is 3 deep. 1.5 lengths to Wasprin in the 4th position. Javanica 5th on the outside, kept in the clear by Frank Alvarado today. 4 lengths clear of Governor's Party. Tesoro is second to last. And Rombauer has been guided to the rail now by Kyle Frey, about a dozen lengths off the pace, with a half mile to go in the El Camino Real Derby. It's still It's My House on the lead. 1.5 lengths clear of Petruchio. No excuses for him. The same can be said for Play Chicken in third. Javanica trying to get closer. It's My House goes well, though, and at a big price. It's My House sneaking away, 2 on top. Petruchio being sent along in the second spot. So is Javanica in third. Wasperit is in fourth, and Rombauer is still far back, swings 4 deep coming off the turn, but has 7 lengths to gain. Can It's My House do it? He's 30-1 and comes off the turn, still clear. Javanica, the filly, gaining ground though. She's up into second. It's My House, furlong to go. Javanica takes the lead though, and here comes Rombauer on the outside. Rombauer with good-looking strides. Javanica, the filly, trying to hang tough, but Rombauer's up alongside. These two to the finish together. Rombauer got there in a perfectly timed ride by Kyle Frey. Javanica ran her heart out in second.
And they're off in the Risen Star Stakes. And Proxy broke sharp. Beep, beep. There's Midnight Bourbon and Right and Just now. Rockets out to the lead for Mitchell. It's Right and Just. A long odds front runner heading toward the clubhouse turn, but right there the Lecomte winner. Midnight Bourbon and the white cap, and Blinkered Bandaloon is third and close up as they round the clubhouse turn. Proxy in the Godolphin Blue running in fourth. With Obesos in fifth, Star My Dreams is sixth, looking to get out as they round the clubhouse turn. BP Between Horses posted in the 3 to 4 path. Santa Cruiser looks to improve with just inside 6 furlongs to run. And it's a break of 5 more to Sermon on the Mount, followed toward the inside by Carrillo, and Senor Buscador has dropped back to last. The first 2 of 9 furlongs in 23.65 seconds. Just inside 5 furlongs to run. Midnight Bourbon flanks Right and Just. So Right and Just leads Midnight Bourbon, who's right there. Mandaloon in the 3 path, running close up in third with Proxy in fourth. Star My Dreams is fifth. Obesos in sixth. Beep Beep is seventh. Santa Cruiser in eighth. Carrillo's in ninth. Senor Buscador now picking up and has come past Carrillo. That relegates to last position Sermon on the Mount. Half mile in 48.45 seconds. Midpoint on the turn. Midnight Bourbon has confronted Right and Just, and Mandaloon has been right with them. Proxy now tips to the 4 path. Obesos on the far outside. Senor Buscador was the wide out past the quarter pole. 3/4, 1 minute 12.74 seconds. Mandaloon has taken a short lead from a battling Midnight Bourbon. On the outside is a Proxy, then Obesos, Senor Buscador. They come past the 16th. It's Mandaloon. Mandaloon, Proxy and Midnight Bourbon with Florent Giroux. It's Mandaloon. And Mandaloon wins the Risen Star Stakes. Proxy was second, Midnight Bourbon third.
And they're off in the 39th running of the John Battaglia Memorial. For the lead from Between Horses, Pico Doro, but Gretzky the Great one winner, will take it to him early, and Gretzky the Great leads the charge into the first turn. The Predicament away in the second position, up to the outside as they hit in that turn now advancing. There goes Pico Doro. Meanwhile, the Predicament is back into third. Like the King, Settlazong in fourth. A length in front of Twirling Mamba, who is fifth. Up to the outside, Moultrie away in the sixth position. Bakwina is 3 deep on the course as they go to turn up the backside. Then comes Hush of a Storm, who's shaded by notable exception. Behind a quarter quick, 23 and 4. And Hard Ride Guy is at the back of the pack. Up the backside they go. And it's Gretzky the Great who shows the way. Pico Doro keyed up to the outside. Now these two are on even terms as they approach the half-mile pole. The Predicament races into third position. Like the King stalks from the outside fourth. Twirling Mamba perfectly placed behind that tempo from fifth. Then a link for the back to Fulton Moultrie. Bakwina up the inside. Hush of a Storm starts to gain ground and catch the eye. Half mile 47 seconds flat. It's still Gretzky the Great and Pico Doro. These two continue to spar for the lead. Like the King is being turned on for some more speed. Whip comes out on the Predicament. Here comes Hush of a Storm, who's gaining ground as they race around the turn to the top of the home stretch. And Gretzky the Great will turn him in. Gretzky the Great off the turn by a length. Up the outside, here's Like the King. 3 wide. Hush of a Storm is coming out of it, coming on. Many chances as they're in the final furlong in the Battaglia. 3 across the course. Hush of a Storm in the middle, Like the King. Gretzky the Great being put to a test. Meanwhile, Hard Ride Guy tried to sneak through, but that hole got tightened. Hush of a Storm sweeping up, and Hush at the Storm. Hush of a Storm was best in the Battaglia. He stops the timer in 1:44 flat.
They're off. Jackie's Warrior broke well. So did Safa's Day and Last Samurai. Woodhouse is in the center. Essential Quality. Spielberg was away to a bad start. He is second to last. And the trailer is Santa Cruiser. It is Jackie's Warrior at the clubhouse turn, and he leads Woodhouse 3/4 of a length. Jackie's Warrior to the backstretch. Woodhouse is second. Safa's Day races in third. He's third and about 2.5 off the lead. Essential Quality has been guided off the rail by Luis Saez. He's in the 3 path path to the backstretch and now pulls up to be a joint third outside of Safa's Day. Last Samurai has 5 lengths to make up. Spielberg is alongside him, and at the rail, Santa Cruiser up the backstretch in the 56 Southwest, and Jackie's Warrior is doing it nicely. Jackie's Warrior to the half-mile marker, and now he sprints clear to lead by a full 2 lengths over Woodhouse in second. Essential Quality will be 3 deep, leaving the backstretch. Safa's Day stays at the rail. Then Spielberg, and they leave the backstretch, and Jackie's Warrior is 3 furlongs from the money, but here comes Woodhouse, and here comes Essential Quality. These 3 pretty much going to line up going to the quarter pole. Essential Quality is 3 deep. Jackie's Warrior and Woodhouse between horses. 2.5 lengths to Spielberg, who presents himself, and here comes the champion, Essential Quality. Essential Quality off the top of the turn, and he's opened up a 2-length lead, but Spielberg is running a massive race after him in second. Jackie's Warrior has been defeated. It is Essential Quality, and Spielberg 1-2 a 16th out, and Essential Quality is just too good. Essential Quality, the champion, wins the Southwest.
And they're off in the 74th edition of the Fasig-Tipton Fountain of Youth Stakes. From the rail, Drain the Clock was away quickly, and he's on the lead early. In tight between horses with Fire at Will as So Subtle tried to move up on the outside of the leader. Tarantino is wide on the course, and King's Ovation's in that second flight. A length and a half better than Prime Factor. Then long shot Tiz Tac-Toe. Girafales is down toward the inside with outside running Greatest Honor next. And the early trailer is Papa 2 as the field is separated by 9 lengths with Drain the Clock in front. Drain the Clock and Edgar Zayas in front by a neck. Kendrick Carmouche turning up the heat with Breeders' Cup winner Fire at Will on the outside second. 3 wide Tarantino is now third. So Subtle is at the rail fourth. Back to fifth goes King's Ovation, then 6 toward the rail and Prime Factor. Tiz Tac-Toe is eighth. Moving up on the outside in Greatest Honor, then Girafales. And at the back is Papa 2. The opening quarter mile was 23-4. The half mile was 47 seconds flat as they go to the first finish line. Up front, Drain the Clock leads by a length. Moving up on the outside, Tarantino is second. So Subtle is third. Fire at Will is called it a day. He's dropping back, passed by King's Ovation. Greatest Honor's got a tall task ahead of him. He's yet to make a move, and he's better than 7 or 8 lengths off the lead. Passed now by Papa 2, who gets started for Junior Alvarado, but they've yet to reel in Drain the Clock. Drain the Clock and Edgar Zayas to the top of the stretch, a length and a half in front. Papa 2 is charging hard for Junior Alvarado. He just went up into second with Tarantino back third. Then Prime Factor and Greatest Honor as they turn for home. Up front, Drain the Clock trying to carry his speed. From the outside, Papa 2. Now Greatest Honor hitting high gear. And here he comes now. Greatest Honor finding his best stride right when he needs to. And he's going to run down Drain the Clock to win the Fountain of Youth. Greatest Honor for the money. Drain the Clock with a good try second. Papa 2 put up a huge effort for third. Then Tarantino and Girafales at 144 flat.
And they're off. From the outside, it is Freedom Fighter who flashes his speed and quickly opens up by 2 lengths here. Capo Cane's running in second. Wayburn's on the outside in third. And Crowded Trade is next in fourth. Wipe the Slate moving up in between horses down towards the rail. Steadying there was Highly Motivated. Highly Motivated had to steady as the field crossed over from the chute to the main track. And it is Freedom Fighter with the lead here over Wayburn through a quarter in 24 and 1/5 seconds. Then it's the trio of Crowded Trade, Capo Cane. Wipe the Slate is down at the rail. Highly Motivated is running in sixth. On the outside, the Reds is next in seventh, and Atlantic Road is in eighth. Freedom Fighter leads here by 3/4 of a length. Long shot, Wayburn on the outside runs in second, and the opening half was run in 48 seconds, and Freedom Fighter is in front here by a half length. Wayburn is in second. It's a length and a half to Crowded Trade. Wipe the Slate is dropping back. Capo Cane is down towards the rail, then Highly Motivated and the Reds. Freedom Fighter is the leader as they come for the top of the stretch. Wayburn runs in second. Crowded Trade up on the outside in third. Capo Cane is fourth, and then Highly Motivated in fifth. 3/4 went in 1, 12 and 4, and here comes Crowded Trade on the outside, now to grab the lead. Wayburn continues to battle on. Down at the rail is Freedom Fighter in third. Highly Motivated is in fourth. It is Crowded Trade, and on the inside it is Wayburn. Crowded Trade. Wayburn continues to battle on as they come for the finish in the Gotham. Wayburn and Crowded Trade Oh, it's a bang-bang finish. Was it Wayburn on the inside or Crowded Trade on the outside? A terrific duel in the Gotham.
And they're off and running to the 41st running of the Tampa Bay Derby. Boca Boy is away quickly and gunning right to the early lead. King of Dreams is along the rail now second. Up on the outside, Moonlight Strike now goes to the turn 3 wide now, racing along third. And the early trailer is sitting on go as they sort themselves out around the clubhouse turn. And that's Boca Boy, as expected, now moving up and now going to the lead. Along the rail, King of Dreams is racing second, Moonlight Strike. Up on the outside now third, then it's a length and a half farther back to the inside. My Liberty now races along fourth. Up on the outside, that's Awesome Jerry now fifth. From Between Horses, Promise Keeper is sixth. Then it's 1 length farther back to Candyman Rocket at this point, racing along seventh. He's about 6 lengths off the pace setters and 2 lengths clear of the Puerto Rico Invader. Along the rail, Super Strong. Up on the outside, the late running Hidden Stash now moves up a bit closer with a half mile to run in the Lamb Home South. Tampa Bay Derby, it's Boca Boy trying to take them start to finish. Moonlight Strike is there racing second. Up on the outside, that's Promise Keeper now racing along third. From the far outside, Candyman Rocket is now underway fourth. There goes Helium. 4 wide and now charging fifth. King of Dreams under an all-out ride. And now Hidden Stash. Bayerano gives him the wake-up call and he is responding. Weaving through From Between Horses will need racing room, but meanwhile up front, Helium now strikes to the lead. Along the rail, that's Candyman Rocket racing along second. Way out on the outside, Hidden Stash is absolutely in full stride. Down to the wire, it's Hidden Stash and Rafael Bayerano along the rail. Digging back gamely is Helium. Looks like we're down to 2. Helium repels the challenge. It's Helium in a huge effort. Turns away the challenge of Hidden Stash. Finishing third was Moonlight Strike, and fourth was Unbridled Honor.
And they're off. Life is Good flies out of the gate, takes command at once. Medina Spirit has some natural speed, and so does the great one on the outside of Dream Shake. Then it's Governor's Party. None Above the Law. Roman Centurions at the back. About 6 lengths off Life is Good, who sprints away. And Life is Good has opened up a 3-length lead. Medina Spirit is in second. The great one inches up outside of him. Then it's Dream Shake fourth, 3.5 off the pace. Governor's Party is on the outside of None Above the Law and Roman Centurion at the back. They head past the 5/8 pole, chasing Life is Good, who's loose up top. It's now a 4-length lead. Medina Spirit, the great one on the outside, kept in the clear. Dream Shake is at the rail, has 5 lengths to make up, coming to the half-mile pole. Then None Above the Law, followed by Roman Centurion and Governor's Party. Heading to the 3/8 pole, it's been all Life is Good, sailing along with a 3-length lead, Medina Spirit. At the rail, Dream Shake, the great one outside that pair, then a big gap to Roman Centurion. A 1/4 mile to go, and Life is Good has a 3.5-length lead. No one's coming close. Dream Shake on the inside, then Medina Spirit and the great one top of the stretch. Life is Good, 4-length lead. Now it's 5, and it's all Life is Good. He's passing this test with flying colors. Life is Good, unbeaten and untested as he romps in the San Felipe. Wins by about 8. Medina Spirit second, Dream Shake third, Roman Centurion, and then a photo between the great one and None Above the Law. The final time, 1 minute 42.18 seconds.
They're off. Concert Tour broke very fast. Caddo River is very fast, and the two of them hook up at once. A match race into the clubhouse turn, Concert Tour and Caddo River, and now Giroux has to take back, and Caddo River is going to sit second. So Concert Tour is the leader to the backstretch, but Caddo River is pumped up and wants to go right back at him. Big Lake away in third, then Twilight Blue and Get Her Number. At the rail goes Hosier, Super Stock, and the trailer of the 61st. Rebel up the back backstretch is Keep Me in Mind and Concert Tour, determined to get to the front, and he gallops along now in front, a length and a quarter. Caddo River is asking Giroux to let him go and re-engage on the outside in second. Big Lake is tucked in at the rail third. He's less than 2 from the front. Then Twilight Blue, Get Her Number, and Hosier at the rail. Keep Me in Mind has 8 lengths to make up. He's outside of Superstock, 3 furlongs from the money in the Rebel. Concert Tour continues to lead. Caddo River gets his way now, and here he comes alongside. Concert Tour, 3/4 of a length. Caddo River is next. Keep Me in Mind is passing horses. He's all the way up to a joint 4th, top of the stretch. Concert Tour is the leader. He's a 1/4 mile from a victory, and he leads by a length from Caddo River in second. To the outside, Keep Me in Mind. Then Get Her Number, final furlong, and Concert Tour is now 4 lengths in front, and Concert Tour is running them off their feet in the Rebel. Concert Tour 5 lengths in front. Hosier might get second. 8 Rebels for Baffert. Concert Tour. Wow, big run. 4.5. Hosier second. Big Lake third. Maybe Superstock for 4th.
Let's get to track announcer John G. Dooley for the call of the $1 million Louisiana Derby.
And they're off on the TwinSpires.com Louisiana Derby. There's Right and Just, who strikes out. Taking back Star in My Dreams. Right there is Hot Rod Charlie, and on the outside is Midnight Bourbon, with for the inside Run Classic in 4th. First time blinker Proxy in the Royal Blue in 5th. And Mandaloon now moves up on the outside to engage these leaders as they enter the clubhouse turn. At the inside, Hot Rod Charlie, Midnight Bourbon between horses, and Mandaloon, green, pink sash with the white sleeves, who's posted 3 wide as they round the clubhouse turn just inside. 7 furlongs to run. Right and Just broke sharp, now running 4th. John Velasquez and Proxy, 5th between horses. It's Hot Rod Charlie who leads with 6 furlongs to go. Run Classic now, worked off the rail by Brian Hernandez Jr. Star My Dreams is running second to last, and Obesos trails in 8th position. The opening quarter in 47.04 seconds. After the initial quarter in 23.10 seconds. Out in front, it's still Hot Rod Charlie who leads here for Joel Rosario. Hot Rod Charlie tracked by Midnight Bourbon. Right and Just is right there with Mandaloon, 4th on the outside as they go toward the far turn. Proxy is 6 lengths off the pace. Star My Dreams being driven toward the rail. 3/4, 1:11.25 seconds. We trail back to Obesos, and Run Classic is last now as Midnight Bourbon takes a run at Hot Rod Charlie as they come to the top of the fairground stretch. Mandaloon, Proxy looking to unwind on the far outside. Then toward the inside, Right and Just as they come for home. Star in My Dreams from Obesos and Run Classic. They come down toward this final furlong. It's Hot Rod Charlie, and Midnight Bourbon needs to lift. Hot Rod Charlie finding for Joel Rosario. They come past the 16th. Hot Rod Charlie just holds Midnight Bourbon, and rattling home is Obesos. It's Hot Rod Charlie to win the TwinSpires.com Louisiana Derby. Second photo, Midnight Bourbon and Obesos close. Proxy finished 4th. Star My Dreams, Mandaloon flattened today. Right and Just and Run Classic.
They are off in the 50th edition of the Jeff Ruby Stakes. Not the best start for Tarantino. He broke in a tangle, but it was a fast one for Gretzky the Great. Also, Awesome Jerry quick into stride from between horses St. Hood as they race by us for the first time. Moonlight Strike's part of the pace presence. So into the first turn to the inside at St. Hood. Moonlight Strike to the outside now crosses and clears as they take on the first turn. Where Moonlight Strike, really headstrong, shows the way 2.5 lengths. St. Hood has deferred to second. Gretzky the Great stalking to the outside in third. Down on the inside, Awesome Jerry is 4th early. Hockey Dad out in the clear from 5th. Dynamite is 6th and about 7 or 8 off the pace. Then comes Like the King, who's moving with tandem with Hard Ride Guy. Then a link further back to King's Ovation, and a couple links further back to Smiley Sabaka, and almost all but pulled up. Tarantino, the big favorite, is at least 30 links out of it up the backside. Quarter was 22-4, half mile 46-4. Moonlight Strike, the leader, shows the way by a length and a half, just outside a half mile to go in the Ruby. Gretzky the Great still second. Hockey Dad in the clear from third. St. Hood to the inside in 4th. Dynamite now moves a closer 5th. There goes Hard Ride Guy up to the outside, cut loose to the inside. Awesome Jerry. Like the King is being asked to quicken, then King's Ovation, Smiley Sabaka, as they race around the turn, 3/4, 1:11 and 3, and here they come, 4 abreast outside the quarter pole. Hockey Dad comes calling for the lead. Gretzky the Great to the inside, Dynamite a 3-wide third, and Hard Ride Guy set to pounce from fourth. In behind horses, Sainthood has found his feet, and Like the King is closing in. Many chances as they turn on down in the 50th edition of the Ruby. And up to the outside, Hard Ride Guy just exchanged bumps with Like the King, but Like the King nonetheless is forging to the front outside the 16th pole. It's Like the King in front. Down along the inside, Hockey Dad still fighting on. Late on the scene, Sainthood down to the wire. Hockey Dad, Like the King was brilliant in the Ruby. Like the King, impressive, running down the pace setters to win, going away in the Ruby, and stops the timer in 1:50.1. Like the King for the M Racing Group and Wesley Ward.
And they're off in the Curlin, Florida Derby. Excellent beginning for Soup and Sandwich with Nova Rags moving out the rail. In between horses, Quantum Leap is hunting some forward position, and Collaborate gets started while 4 wide. Long shot Hirafales has the rail with Known Agenda just ahead of him. Then it's Spielberg. In between horses, Sigiloso, followed by Papa 2. The big favorite, Greatest Honor, settles in 10th of the 11, and it's a gap of 6 to Southern Passage, who's 11th and last, chasing the speed of Nova Rags. Nova Rags leads narrowly as Soup and Sandwich is up alongside second. Collaborate on the outside as a joint third alongside Quantum Leap. 2 back to Sigiloso, then Known Agenda. Spielberg is 3 wide. Papa 2 is racing together with Hirafales. Now Jose Ortiz, he has Greatest Honor down toward the inside. He'll need a little racing room. He just tapped on the brakes while 10th, and still far back to Southern Passage. The opening quarter was 23 and 2. The half mile was 47 and 3. They raced to the half mile point. In the Florida Derby, Soup and Sandwich continues to tussle with Nova Rags. Collaborate has been 3 wide throughout, but he's in range. Quantum Leap is next. Known Agenda needs a way out. Greatest Honor is hemmed in traffic as Sigiloso is alongside. Papa 2 tries to make ground. Then it's a length and a half to Hirafales, who drops back. Southern Passage is trailed throughout. Less than 3 furlongs to go. Soup and Sandwich has come away with the lead. Nova Rags tries to cling to in second. Known Agenda is being asked to quicken, and he wants to get to the outside. Collaborate's not keeping the hole closed, so here comes Known Agenda. Greatest Honor's on his back after 3/4. In 1:12 and 1, Known Agenda is now on to take over the lead. It's Known Agenda and Irad Ortiz Jr. now moving away from Soup and Sandwich, who's back to second. Then Greatest Honor and Nova Rags, 16th to go. It's Pletcher in the Derby again. It's Known Agenda for St. Elias Stable under Irad Ortiz Jr., 2.5 clear. Soup and Sandwich second, third Greatest Honor. Nova Rags was 4th. There's a picture for 5th involving Collaborate and Southern Passage. The time for the race, 1:49 and 45 100 seconds. Florida Derby winner, Known Agenda.
And they're off in the Toyota Bluegrass Stakes. There goes Highly Motivated from the inside, right out for the early lead. Essential Quality comes away up close to the outside to challenge for the top spot as they head down to the first turn. Highly Motivated scoots over next to the rail. Essential Quality goes second up on the outside. Rumbauer hugs the rail behind the front pair in third. Hush of a Storm is up close in fourth. Keep Me in Mind toward the outside is in fifth. Sitting on Go is 6 back toward the inside. Hidden Stash 7th. Leblin 8th. Untreated 9th and last as they hit the backstretch. The opening quarter in 23.83 seconds. Highly Motivated the leader. Highly Motivated in front, a half length. Essential Quality goes second by a length. Keep Me in Mind is toward the outside in the third position. Hush of a Storm far outside fourth. Rumbauer sneaks up the rail. 5th to 4th to third. A length and a half off the lead. Sitting on Go. 6th between horses. Hidden Stash, Leblin Untreated at the back. It was 48.21 seconds, the time for the opening half mile. Highly Motivated the leader. Essential Quality is second. A half length separate the top 2 onto the far turn. Rumbauer is third. Keep Me in Mind fourth on the outside. Now taking third ahead, 2 lengths off the front pair. Hush of a Storm in 5th. Hidden Stash between horses. Down toward the inside in 6th. Is still 6 lengths off the lead. Highly Motivated has the lead coming toward the quarter pole. Essential Quality second on the outside. Still a half length separate the top 2. And they've opened up by 7 lengths off the turn to Hidden Stash, who swings wide in third. Here comes Essential Quality now, taking aim once again at Highly Motivated, who still has the lead coming into the final furlong of the Toyota Bluegrass. Highly Motivated with the advantage. Essential Quality is is still driving at him from the outside, past the 16th pole. Highly motivated, essential quality. What a finish! The champ remains unbeaten. Essential quality to win it for Luis Saez.
With the call, the Santa Anita Derby, Frank Miramati.
They're in the gate. And they're off in the run-happy Santa Anita Derby. And Medina Spirit bounces out very well. The Great One sprints up to his outside. Parnelli is flashing speed. Rock Your World is also up close in the early stages. And just behind them, Dream Shake, Inside Law Professor, Otto the Legend, followed by Defunded and Back Ring Luck inches up on the inside. They're covered by 7 lengths, and Rock Your World will set the pace. Opens up a length and a half on Parnelli, with Medina Spirit in the clear third, just 3/4 of a length off the lead. The Great One covers up Dream Shake. Then it's Law Professor, 4 off the pace. Defunded is next. Otto the Legend just in front of Back Ring Luck. They have 5 furlongs to run in the run-happy Santa Anita Derby. And Rock Your World is the leader by a neck. Parnelli keeps the pressure on second, a length to Medina Spirit third. The Great One and Dream Shake still together, with Law Professor between those two. Another 2 back to Defunded as they pass the half-mile pole. Otto the Legend and Back Ring Luck. Rock Your World opens up, lets it out a notch, leads by a length and a half. Now it's 2, and he's traveling kindly. Rock Your World is the one to catch. Now it's a 2.5 length lead. Medina Spirit takes up the chase in second. Dream Shake inches up inside of him. Parnelli drops back. Law Professor steadying. Defunded rallying on the outside. They're at the top of the stretch. And Rock Your World hugs the rail. Leads it by 2 lengths still. Dream Shake on the outside. Medina Spirit trying hard. It's Rock Your World in command. Medina Spirit making no progress. And it's going to be Rock Your World to take them all the way in the run-happy Santa Anita Derby. He's undefeated and wins by 4 under Roberto Rispoli. Medina Spirit was second. Dream Shake third. And then it was Defunded, followed by Law Professor.
With the call, the Wood Memorial, John Embryall.
And they're off. From the inside, Brooklyn Strong. From mid-pack, there goes Prevalence. Wayburn is there, and on the extreme outside, it is Market Maven. The 3-year-olds race into the clubhouse turn, and Market Maven will grab the lead from Prevalence. Then it is Wayburn. Down on the inside is Brooklyn Strong, followed by Candyman Rocket, who is racing in 5th. On the outside is Dynamic One next in 6th. Risk Taking is 7th at this point. It's almost 3 lengths back to a stablemate. Crowded Trade in 8th, and trailing the field is Bourbonic. They're on the backstretch now. The quarter went in 24 and 4/5 seconds. And it is long shot Market Maven who leads here by a half length. Wayburn is on the outside in second. Then it's a little more than a length to Prevalence, who's in between horses. Candyman Rocket on his outside, and Brooklyn Strong is down at the rail. Risk Taking is in 6th, 4.5 lengths from the lead. Then it's Dynamic One, followed by Crowded Trade, and farther back, Bourbonic. The half mile, 50 seconds. Market Maven leads 3/4 of a length. Wayburn on the outside in second. Candyman Rocket is in third. And Candyman Rocket's move is followed by Dynamic One, who's gaining ground on the outside. Prevalence is in between horses. Brooklyn Strong is down at the rail. Risk Taking is still 4 lengths from the lead. Crowded Trade is now coming on and looking to gain ground in between horses. 3/4 went in 1:14 and 4. The field is at the top of the stretch in the Wood Memorial. Here's Wayburn. Here's Dynamic One on the outside. Brooklyn Strong is down at the rail, and Crowded Trade is coming on now as they come for the 8th pole. It is Dynamic One. Here's Crowded Trade on the outside. Wayburn continues to battle down at the rail, and it's a 16th of the finish. And here's Bourbonic, who was last, making a late run out in the middle of the track. It is Dynamic One and Bourbonic. Dynamic One and Bourbonic, a photo finish. Bourbonic got there under Kendrick Carmouche. Kendrick Carmouche thinks he got there, and it's a major upset in this 2021 Wood Memorial. Bourbonic is 72-1.
85 years later, $1 million on the line, and 170 points in total for the Kentucky Derby. To track announcer of Oaklawn Park, Vic Stauffer, here is the Grade 1 Arkansas Derby.
Concert Tour broke better than Caddo River, but Caddo River has asked for speed from the inside, and these two will match strides with 1 lap to go. And now Rosario is going to let Caddo River lead as he takes Concert Tour just back a neck behind. The other 4 are lined up. Superstock, Hosier, Get Her Number, who's bounced around a bit, and a 4 wide Last Samurai. So Caddo River will set the pace in the Arkansas Derby, and he is a 3/4 length leader over Concert Tour, who sits in second. Superstock, Hosier, and Last Samurai are next, and they're 2.5 from the front, and then 4 lengths back to Get Her Number as they head up the backstretch. Caddo River continues to lead with a menacing, undefeated shadow to the outside in Concert Tour. Caddo River to the 4.5, a half length in front of Concert Tour, who's just waiting for the go signal from Rosario. 2.5 lengths back. Hosier's between horses. Last Samurai's 3 deep. Superstock is at the rail. He's saved every inch of ground, and 2.5 from the front. Get Her Number has trailed throughout. 3 furlongs from the money in the Arkansas Derby. Caddo River only leads by a head as Concert Tour turns up the pressure at the quarter pole. These two have sprinted 3.5 clear of Superstock. Get Her Number has moved from last to 4th, and 4 from the lead. Top of the stretch, Concert Tour confronts Caddo River. Caddo River tough to get by. Concert Tour is now taking the lead, and he's a 1.5 lengths in front, but Superstock is a fresh challenger in the center of the racetrack. And here comes Superstock outside of Concert Tour. Superstock has taken over the lead. Concert Tour has been defeated. Superstock, Ricardo Santana win the Arkansas Derby. Superstock beat Caddo River. Concert Tour faded to 3rd. Get Her Number was 4th.
They're off in the Stone Street Lexington Stakes. Here comes Bezos out running for the lead. Noble Reflection is there to the inside, and Swift Sure up close in between that pair. Noble Reflection, the leader, as they head down to the first turn. Bezos going to back away to the outside. Swift Sure moves up into that second spot just off the leader's flank. Bezos goes wide in 3rd. Starring In My Dreams is away 4th. Angles down toward the rail to try to save some ground around the first turn. Hockey Dad is in 5th. It's My House is 6th. Proxy goes 7th. King Fury is 8th. Unbridled Honor last of the 9 after an opening quarter in 22.39 seconds. Noble Reflection, the leader. Noble Reflection on top 3/4 of a length. Swift Sure second by 3/4 of a length. Bezos third up on the far outside. Gap of 2. Starring In My Dreams. Midpoint of the backstretch is 4th. A break of 5. Hockey Dad, It's My House. King Fury to their inside. Proxy going to have to go to the center of the track and will likely be caught wide onto the far turn. Still running nearly 10 lengths off the lead. Unbridled Honor is at the back. 45.87 seconds. The time for that opening half mile. Noble Reflection, the leader, 3/4 of a length. Swift Sure takes aim again at the leader. Bezos has lost some ground. Starring In My Dreams moves up around the outside 3rd. King Fury moves by to the inside in 4th. They're at the quarter pole. Proxy wide around the turn is still 8 from the front. Top of the stretch, Noble Reflection with King Fury moving off the rail, and Starring In My Dreams swinging up to the outside. Unbridled Honor goes to 4th. Still 6 from the lane. King Fury goes to the front with Starring In My Dreams in 2nd. Unbridled Honor 3rd up on the outside. Final furlong of the Stone Street Lexington. King Fury against the rail, 3-length lead. Unbridled Honor 2nd. Starring In My Dreams 3rd. Proxy is 4th. King Fury, Brian Hernandez Jr. to win the Stone Street Lexington.